The way we gelled and came together and managed to keep the scoreboard ticking over throughout the 80 minutes was pleasing. It was great for a number of guys to pull on the black jersey for the first time in a wee while, and a couple of guys to make their debut, which was special for them too. I was pleased with the week overall, and also the way the boys responded to myself and some of the other leaders on the field.
I think our guys played particularly well and happy with that, but the big thing for us was, as Sam's just mentioned, we got some guys who haven't played a lot of rugby for the All Blacks, the opportunity to play 80 minutes. Some young guys who were having their first game to play, so bodes well for next week. We've got a lot of people in form for selection, but even better still, bodes well for the future next year and beyond, because we've now given some more players more experience.
Steve, Aaron Cruden was given man of the match today. What did you want to see from him going into the match, and then how did he fare in terms of carrying out those tasks that you had assigned him?
He hasn't played a lot of rugby, so we wanted him firstly to get more match time. Secondly, to do his core roles really well, so his passing and kicking and running and organising, and get back into the flow of rugby, having not played for so long. So as the game went on, he got better and better, and pretty happy with where he ended up.
You talked about wanting to get a physical game out of Stephen Luatua. Did he give you what you wanted?
Yep. Yeah, he was very good, I thought, tonight, until he sort of started cramping up with about 65 minutes, after the 65-minute period, and then he became a bit of a passenger, so we didn't have anyone else to put on, otherwise he would have come off. But there's a big improvement from Stephen, and he's just got to continue that and show us he can do it time after time.
It's a similar question for Elliot Dixon. He seemed to get through quite a lot of work today. Are you quite happy with what he did?
Yeah, Elliot's a different proposition. He hasn't played at all often for the All Blacks. So I think that's his third appearance, either starting or coming off the bench. So he's just learning international rugby, and he made some good progress today, and he was physical, did some things nice, but there's still parts of his game that will continue to grow. But made
vale un po'.
Steve, can you give us an update on Patrick? He seemed to come off favouring a leg. Was there anything serious there?
No, he had also cramped up, so both his thighs cramped up. So we have to look at both him and Stephen what they're having to eat before they play, because it's obviously not fueling those big bodies.
For Steve Hansen, just any comments you've got on Stephen Carballo's performance today?
Una valutazione sulla performance di Stephen Cambarlo.
Tawara Carballo.
Yeah, no, look, I thought again he played well. He doesn't get many starts, so when you're in that position as a player, you can get a wee bit tight. Probably he started the game a little like that, but as the game went on, he loosened up and did his core roles really well.
For Ian, a comment on Rikos Johannes' debut.
Yeah, really pleased for him. He's a young player. He's learning lots all the time, but he showed he showed a good physicality with the ball in hand, and overall really satisfied with his game.
Two different generations of All Blacks, the one of Dan Carter and the one that won the World Cup, and this one, and the next one. What do you think they can do better than that generation of rugby player?
I'm not sure what they can do better. All I know is they've got the opportunity to try and be better than them, because they come after them. Look, we've got 18 new players from last year's World Cup squad, and obviously that's a lot, but the group is just starting out, and so far they've done very well, they've played well.
È un gruppo che sta nascendo ora e che finora ha fatto molto bene.
But they tasted defeat in our last game prior to here, so it'll be interesting to see how they grow from that. The expectation within the All Blacks is the next generation is always better than the one before.
Sam, when we think about number 7, that is the captain of the All Blacks, we obviously think about Richie. Did you think about this aspect in the days before this match, because that's your first time as the captain of the All Blacks?
È qualcosa che hai tenuto in considerazione nei giorni precedenti,
Second.
dal momento che era...
Yeah, you're right, second time. I think this time I was a lot more prepared, a lot more comfortable in my own leadership style, and just having a bit of a heads up and the full week of preparation was good for me. In terms of comparison to Richie,
In termini di paragoni con Ricci,
I've had to deal with that for the first 4 years of my All Blacks career. So
è qualcosa con cui ho dovuto fare i conti per i primi più o meno 4 anni della mia carriera con la maglia della Nuova Zelanda.
So what I've learnt from that is there's no point trying to be him. The focus is to be myself.
E quello che ho imparato è che insomma non vale troppo la pena pensare di fare paragoni con lui, ma solo cercare di essere me stesso.
Play my style and be Sam Cane.
Ian, you said during the week that maybe the team become a little bit predictable against Ireland. Today they seem to mix up the attack quite well, kicks in behind, sort of pass kicks, things like that. Were you happy with how unpredictable they were today, I suppose?
I thought we had more opportunity to make different decisions today. I mean, last week we didn't get a lot of opportunity in the first 30 minutes, and that set the tone for the game, whereas today we had a lot more opportunity to offer some different things. So
Abbiamo avuto un po'